She was just out delivering flowers as a side job, never expecting to run into the guy she had once secretly liked. What shocked her even more was that he was being confessed to by someone right there in public. Her emotions were mixed. Disappointment and frustration both hit her, but she quickly regained her composure. The man had always been known for his fleeting relationships, with all his girlfriends lasting just a month. She thought he'd reject the confession without hesitation. However, his response took her by surprise. He noticed her, paused for a moment, and turned down the confession. Then, without sparing a glance at the angry suitor, he walked straight to her, put his arm around her shoulder, and calmly told the suitor, "I already have a girlfriend." He took her hand and left. The woman was stunned. She had thought he did all that because he remembered her, but to her dismay, she realized he had completely forgotten about her. They had been high school classmates. Back then, she was timid and often bullied by others. Every time, it was him who stood up for her and helped her out of trouble. Over time, she developed feelings for him. She once overheard him talking about applying to a prestigious university, and she secretly vowed to catch up to him. She overcame many obstacles and finally got into the same university. But despite her efforts to follow his path, they never crossed paths again. Until today, she realized their reunion was nothing more than her being used as a shield against another woman. What she didn't know was that he had remembered her all along and had already considered her the ideal woman in his heart. Not long after, she got a call from a friend inviting her to a high school reunion. She didn't really want to see the people who had bullied her, so she lied and said she couldn't make it. But then, her friend mentioned that the guy would also be there. Hearing this, her heart stirred, and she quickly changed her mind and accepted the invitation. At the reunion, the same group of people who had once made fun of her were still mocking her. But now, she was no longer the shy, weak girl she once was. She stood her ground and fought back without fear. Seeing that they couldn't easily control her anymore, some of them even seemed ready to get physical. Just then, the guy appeared by her side, stepping in front of her to protect her.